Hello everyone, and welcome to Terminally Nerdy's First Impact, the show where I take a look at games, giving you my quick first impressions on them after at least 2 hours of total playtime, because if that's good enough for Steam refunds, it's good enough for me. Today, we are taking a look at the Early Access CRPG being built on the back of the 5th edition D&D SRD, known as Solasta Crown of the Magister, and let me tell you something, this game is special. I did get a key from the devs for the purposes of this video, FYI, so don't be surprised about that. Right now, the game is in early access and has about 10 hours of total content available. I've spent about 4 hours with the game thus far, and I feel I have a good enough idea of where things are headed to give you my thoughts. First, the game looks pretty good most of the time. In the actual world and during combat, things look solid. Environments are nicely detailed, and there's a lot of verticality to them. The lighting is also really solid, and it's actually needed. The world is frequently dark, so your lights help to both see things and avoid penalties when attacking. Also, spell effects look pretty decent for an early access indie game as well. Oh, and the UI is super clean and easy to understand. I absolutely love it. However, character models during conversations are, Here, let me show you a conversation from early on. This is about 3 minutes long. I've not edited it at all. This is from when you get deputized within the first hour of the game, and it's both an example of the character models up close and the conversation system.
Look at the size of this council hall.
So this is what they spend our taxes on.
Look! Is that the princess? Wait, is she leaving?
Apparently so.
Then who will administer the oath?
The maid who empties her chamber pot? No, we're not as important as that. Perhaps a stable boy.
You thought it would be the princess?
Doesn't she lead the council?
No. In this chamber, she's just another delegate.
Lady Keene, the council's oathkeeper, is trusted by all.
Lord Karen,
Yes, milady.
are these your new deputies?
They are, milady.
My name is Lyra Keene, oathkeeper of the council,
Pipe down!
and I will be administering your vows. Once sworn in, you will carry the authority of the council wherever you go. Your every action will reflect upon the council's reputation. Remember that, always. Now, please, raise your right hands. Do you, each and all, solemnly swear your lives and allegiance to this council, and promise to carry forth our mission to protect our alliance from any who would threaten the common good?
I swear.
I swear.
Excellent. Lord Karen will enter your name into the council's register. Thank you for your service.
Congratulations, deputies.
Wait, that's it? Frankly, the speech was quite long enough for my taste.
The formality reflects the solemnity of your oath, but more would probably be immodest. So, the mission.
As I'm sure you know, the council maintains a number of outposts to secure the border between the Principality and the Marches. One of them is the former Imperial Fortress, KLM. It's held by some 50 troops under the command of Captain Henrik. He sends us weekly status reports, or rather, he used to. We haven't heard a word from him in 3 weeks. Leave immediately for KLM and find out if anyone there is still alive. If Captain Henrik or anyone else is still breathing, bring him back. The council wants a first-hand report.
A whole garrison gone? There are only 4 of us.
Just find out what happened. Run back if you get scared.
Got it. Though we were hoping for a first mission with more riches than risk, if you catch my drift.
You don't get to choose your mission, I'm afraid.
So, gather what you need and go. Time is of the essence.
What can you tell us about this Captain Henrik?
A fine officer. More than 15 years in the Principality's army. He inspires trust, loyalty, and courage. Hence the decision to post him there, facing danger.
Wait, these marches, they're not in the Badlands, are they?
The Marches are a no man's land, between the civilized world and the Badlands. It's outside the chain of mountains that really define the Badlands. We wouldn't send you in there. Yet.
Right, I guess that's that. It's on to Kerlem.
As you can see, the models and engine are janky. While the voice acting is actually solid and the way conversations work is pretty innovative, with each member of your party being allowed to speak for different dialogue options, the actual animations are off. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to be aware of. I do have to praise how conversations and character interactions are handled here. Your party of 4 are created by you before the game starts and use an interesting personality system based on a combination of their background and alignment to create a unique voice and personality for them. My characters each acted based on these tags during conversations, and it felt more like I was guiding a party of 4 individuals rather than having a single blob of characters who acted with one voice, like in Icewind Dale or Temple of Elemental Evil. Now there is a story here, of course. It's a world where a magical event happened that created an area called the Badlands and brought humans to the world. Your party meets up in a tavern, classic trope, and then each character tells the others how they got to the tavern, which is a nice touch. These stories also act as the game's tutorials, with each character having to showcase the game's mechanics. From there, you start working for a council and cover mysteries involving shape-shifting lizard people. It's a D&D story, really. Now, let's talk about the mechanics. This is one of the best adaptations of a tabletop RPG I have seen. If you already know how to play 5th edition D&D, you will feel right at home here. Spells, resting, combat, all of it works exactly like it does in the tabletop game. All the actions like bonus actions, dashing, shoving, athletic skill checks, all of it are here in this game. You will see dice rolls on screen for things like your initiative checks, for athletics checks to climb or jump gaps, and enemies and allies can use spells like fly and spider climb to run around the battlefield and cling to walls. It all works! Oh, and you can change the look of your dice that are rolled on screen in the options menu, which is a nice touch. Gotta get our clicky-clacky math rocks looking sharp. However, since the game uses the SRD for 5th edition, which is the core rules, it has its own unique mix of subclasses and subraces rather than anything you might be used to. I'm not going to get into how character creation works in detail, as I did a video on that already, which you can find in the description box below, but it's got plenty of options here. Another neat thing is that your skills, such as history, can be automatically rolled during conversations and exploration, and things like your survival skill can assist with getting monster knowledge. There's also this really cool travel log that occurs when you're doing overland travel between places, where your characters will automatically use skills to gather ingredients for crafting. There is a crafting system in this game, as well as food, which you need to do to rest and long rest, as well as these little flavor messages off to the side. And of course you can get random encounters. It all works incredibly well already, and I can only see it being improved from here. Overall, this game has a ton of potential, and honestly, it's a ton of fun as is. Sure, the models are a little jank, and I did run into a couple of bugs, one where my female dwarf's voice mid-conversation switched from a female voice to a male voice and stayed that way, and then the other bug was when there was a lot of lighting effects, everything slowed down. But with the creative way you can build parties, the way the characters already interact with each other and the NPCs, and the near-perfect representation of 5th edition D&D makes this a must-play for fans of the genre, in my opinion. It's well worth the current price, which is $35 at the time of recording, and be aware that the price will be going up, apparently, once it gets to release. Also, they intend to add more campaigns beyond the planned one in the future, so that's something to consider as well. I kinda hope they add more classes, ancestries, and maybe official creation tools? If they do this, this could be the Neverwinter Nights replacement we all wanted. Here's hoping! Perhaps I'll do a Let's Play once this is released. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see that. As always, thank you so very much for watching. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, you know the YouTube drill by now, and hey, stay nerdy, treat each other kindly, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.